10th Standard Social Science, Model Paper 3. First main 4 choices are given for each incomplete statements or questions. Choose the correct answer and write the complete answer along with its letter of alphabet. First one, the founder of Ramakrishna Mission is Swami Vivekananda, Annie Besant, Jyotiba Phule, Rajaram Mohan Rai. Correct answer is option A, Swami Vivekananda. Iron Man of India is Jawaharlal Nehru, Mahatma Gandhi ji, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Subhash Chandra Bose. Correct answer is option C, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. The main objective of the establishment of Lokpal Institution is removing regional imbalance, fighting against corruption, eradicating communalism, bringing gender equality. Correct answer is option B, fighting against corruption. Fourth one, the leader of the movement opposing Kaiga nuclear power plant was M.D. Nanjundaswamy, Medha Patkar, Sundarlal Bahuguna, Shivram Karanta. Correct answer is option D, Shivram Karanta. The practice of untouchability is prohibited as per Article 18, 24, 17, 51. Correct answer is option C, 17. The place which receives the highest rainfall in India is Cherrapunji, Agumbe, Ganganagar, Mawsynram. Correct answer option D, Mawsynram. The main objective of the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1993 is implementing uniform system of Panchayat Raj Institutions, adding the word secularism, reducing the age of voter from 21 to 18 years, eradicating untouchability. Correct answer is option A, implementing uniform system of Panchayat Raj Institutions. Every year Consumer Day is observed on August, March, November, January. Correct answer is option B, March. Second main, answer the following questions in sentence each. Why did the citizen of Junagadh revolt against their Nawab? The Nawab of this princely state had signed the agreement to join the state of Pakistan. His citizens revolted against him and flooded the streets. Who gave a call back to Vedas? Dayananda Saraswati gave a call back to the Vedas. When did UNO adopt human rights? December 10th, 1948. What is a mob? Mob is a collection of people which gathers temporarily around a common interest. What is coffee blossom? Convectional rain in Karnataka is beneficial to the coffee crop. It is known as coffee blossom. Nowadays, inland waterways play a limited role. Why? Now, inland waterways play a limited role due to the development of roads and railways. Name any 2 housing programs implemented to provide shelter to homeless. Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, Ambedkar Valmiki Housing Program, Ashraya Yojana. Why is Consumer Protection Act of 1986 passed? To ensure quality goods and services at reasonable prices through healthy competition and to protect the consumer from exploitation. Third main, answer the following questions in 2 to 4 sentences each. Explain the results of Battle of Buxar. Shah Alam II accorded the Diwani rights over Bengal to the British. Shah Alam II gave away all the rights over Bengal to the British for an annual fee of rupees 26 lakhs. The Nawab of Oudh had to give away a fine of rupees 50 lakh. With the death of Mir Jafar, the company paid pension to his son and took over the entire administration of Bengal. What were the results of the Third Anglo-Maratha War? Peshwa Bajirao II surrendered to the British. The British abolished the Peshwa post, granted a pension to Bajirao II. They installed Pratap Singh as the ruler of Satara, named him as the traditional leader of Marathas, and suppressed the Maratha resistance. Communalism is fatal to national unity. How? It creates social differences, mutual suspicion and fear situation in the society. Political competition, social groupism, and economic hatefulness is expressed in communalism. It has the capacity to endanger the integrity and unity of India. It not only disturbs the peace of the society, it also destroys the public and private property. It leads to mutual accussions and physical assaults and other undesirable effects. Communalism puts self interest ahead of national interest. Or how are the Panchasheela principles helpful to improve the relationship between India and China? The General Assembly has mandated the member countries to adopt and protect human rights in every country. The UNO has provided guidelines along with the Human Rights Declaration. The guidelines included 30 columns. It asked for the commitment on the part of member countries for the compulsory implementation of human rights. It formed International Human Rights Commission. What are the advantages of division of labor? A different division of labor can be seen in post-industrialized society than industrialized society. In the present digital world, the division of labor is done through computers. For example, in the formation of technological society, the division is based on various skills in using the computers. As we consult different doctors for different ailments, the computer technicians are consulted for various aspects of information technology related issues. What are the ill effects of mob violence? They create confusion in the beginning. Out of confusion, violence grows out. Many times, mob violence results in major deaths. There would be no definitive reasons for the behavior of mob in violent mood. They create a serious law and order situation. Communal violence, racial violence, caste violence, political violence are some of the examples. This violence has now become active in rural areas also. It leads to the dominance of anti-social elements. How can soil be conserved? Afforestation and reforestation, controlled overgrazing, counter farming, construction of check dams, counter bunding, gully control and bench terracing. Differentiate the mountain forests and mangrove forests. Mountain forest, the trees and plants which grow on the slopes of mountain called mountain forest. Mangrove forests are found in wet marshy areas, in river deltas along the sea coast washed by tides. In India, mountain forests occur in the Himalayas and to a small extent in the Nilgiri hills. Mangrove forests are mainly found in the deltas of rivers on the eastern coast and in pockets on the western coast of India. The plants and trees are vary with increasing altitude. The tree trunks are supported by a number of stilt like roots which are submerged under water. The important trees are oak, chestnut, ash, beech, pine, cedar, spruce, fir, deodar, and walnut. The important trees are rhizophora, canes, screw pine, palm, sundari, etc. Decentralization of power is essential in democratic system. Why? It provides administrative power to people. It is a process through which power sharing occurs. People participate in decision making. It aims at planning and development from below. This was called as Grama Swarajya by Mahatma Gandhi. It reduces various kinds of exploitation. It upholds human independence and dignity. It nurtures compassion and cooperation. Which are the services provided by Indian post offices? Post office saving banks, issue of national saving certificate, Kisan Vikas Patra, monthly recurring deposit, postal life insurance, pension payment, money transfer. Fourth main, answer the following questions in 6 sentences each. Explain the impacts of British education on India. Indians could develop modernity, secularism, democratic attitudes. Impetus was received for the local literature and languages. This facilitated unity in thinking process among the educated class. Periodicals started emerging. New social and religious reformation movements emerged. The thoughts of J.S. Mill, Rousseau, Montesquieu brought fresh thinking. The freedom struggle that were taking place across the globe influenced Indians. Indians could understand and appreciate their rich tradition. What were the effects of Third Anglo-Mysore War? Treaty of Srirangapatna. The British were successful in inserting unfavourable conditions in order to weaken Tippu Sultan. Tippu was forced to part with half of his kingdom. He was forced to pay 3 crore rupees as war damage free. He had to pledge 2 of his children as a guarantee against payment. He was also forced to release the prisoners of war. The British withdraw the combined army from Srirangapatna. Or what are the contributions of Annie Besant to India? She advocated that Indian culture is far more superior to the Western culture. She also did a comparative study of Hinduism and Buddhism. Translating Bhagavad Gita to English is one of the major achievements of her. She was called as Shweta Saraswati. She wanted education for all. She opened schools. She started Central Hindu College, Benares. She started New Indian Commonwealth. She started Home Rule League. List out the economic factors responsible to 1857 revolt. Due to industrialization, the Indian handicrafts and industries diminished. The artisans of India became unemployed. Wool and cloth making industries suffered a lot. The Indian handicrafts became financially pathetic. The British levied high customs on Indian goods. The farmers were exploited by zamindars. Land tax collection rights of talukdas were withdrawn. Inam lands were also withdrawn. The farmers had to undergo lot of economic hardships. Explain the relationship between India and Russia. India has cordial relationship with Russia. It had similar relationship with United Socialist Soviet Russia also. India had good relationship with Russia in the field of economics, politics and other areas. USSR had opposed China's invasion of India in 1962. During the Goa liberation in 1962, USSR had supported India. USSR had supported the Tashkent Agreement. India and USSR signed an agreement of 20 years for peace and cooperation. USSR had supported for the establishment of Bhilai Bokaro steel plants. India has taken major support from Russia to improve its industries and technology. Russia has extended its support to India's quest for permanent seat in the UN Security Council. Explain the legal measures undertaken to eradicate untouchability. The Article 17 prohibits untouchability. Untouchability Offences Act in 1955, Protection of Civil Rights Act in 1976. According to this act, practicing untouchability is a crime. Universal right to vote and participate in elections. Reservations has been given in the field of education and employment for SC and ST along with backward classes. The SC and ST Act of 1989 has given some specific responsibilities for the governments in the eradication of untouchability. Explain the importance of communication in the development of the country. It helps in quick transmission and dissemination of ideas, information, and messages from person to person and place to place. It helps in creating awareness among the people about government policies and programs of development. It enables us to know about natural hazards and disaster, weather forecasting, etc. It helps in the progress of trade, industry, agriculture, etc. It provides entertainment, day-to-day information of the world. It helps to maintain unity and integrity of the country. Our industries are localized in few places only. Why? Supply of raw materials, supply of power, transport and communication facilities, market facilities, capital, labor and water supply, ideal climate, government policies. Due to all these reasons, industries are localized in few places only. How can the effects of the earthquake be reduced? Avoid the human settlements in the earthquake prone zones. Follow earthquake resistance designs for the construction of buildings. Use building materials of high quality and avoid high rise buildings. Restrict diggings of deep wells for groundwater. Restrict urban growth in the hilly areas with high seismic vulnerability. Avoid the construction of large dams and reservoirs. Stop deforestation and heavy quarrying activities. Mention the functions of self-help groups. They help to share meager resources. They help to obtain external support. They help to undertake business jointly. They help to earn more income. They help to get training in managing accounts, handling bank transaction. They help to get skills to take up remunerative income generating activities. They have been instrumental in helping women to earn, save and spend at their willingness. They help to increase the dignity and autonomy of women. Or mention the main features of Panchayat Raj institutions. A three-tier structure of district, taluk and village panchayat with the Gram Sabha as foundation, direct and periodic elections, reservations of seats for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, backward classes and women, provision of major financial and administrative responsibilities, budget and audit requirements, provision for executive support staff, a strict procedure for dissolution, suppression of panchayat and mandatory election within 6 months of dissolution. What are the advantages of opening a bank account? Facilitates safe custody of money, helps in making payments, helps in collection of money, holders get advances and loans, helps in smooth financial transaction. Bank account holders can get safe deposit locker facility. Or write any 6 functions of entrepreneur. Entrepreneur starts business activity by preparing various plans relating to business. He organizes factors of production. He takes decision about product, technology, marketing, employment, etc. He coordinates things effectively. He introduces new methods into practice. He handles budget of his concern. Fifth main, answer the following questions in about 8 sentences each. Explain the achievements of Subhash Chandra Bose in freedom struggle. He became popular as Netaji. He engaged himself in organizing the Indians residing outside India. He toured many cities like Vienna, Berlin, Rome, Istanbul. He founded the Congress Socialist Party. He became the president of Haripur Convention of Indian National Congress with the support of Gandhiji. He quit Congress and founded Forward Bloc. He opposed the British war preparation. The British government arrested Subhash Chandra Bose and put him under house arrest. He escaped from the house arrest and reached Germany. Bose organized the prisoners of war from India. He broadcasted his speeches over Azad Hind radio to Indians. He had founded India Independence League in Tokyo of Japan. He was calling its military wing as Indian National Army. Bose called for Delhi Chalo on this occasion. Bose died in aeroplane crash. 35. How did radicals fight against the British? Radicals called moderates as political beggars. The group of congressmen who criticized the soft stance of moderates are called as radicals. Arvind Ghosh, Bipin Chandra Pal, Lala Lajpat Rai, Balagangadhar Tilak. They opposed the stance of the British, who considered nominating the Indian member to Indian legislative assemblies as an important favor. Tilak declared, "Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it." Attaining complete freedom was the main aim of radicals. They tried to organize the common people of India. They attempted to organize people by employing religious celebrations too. They used Ganesha, Shivaji, Durga celebration to organize people against the British. Tilak published Kesari in Marathi and Maratha in English languages. He encouraged common people to protest against the British. The radical writings of Tilak galvanized the common people. Or explain the tribal revolts. The tax and forest policies implemented during the British administration were the reasons for tribal revolts. Among them, revolts of Santala, Kola and Munda are important. Halagali Bedas revolt of Karnataka is another notable revolt. The revolt of Santala tribe is considered as an important revolt in India. The people of this tribe are present in the hilly areas of Bengal, Odisha states. The Zamindars, moneylenders and the company government became the exploiters of the Santala tribe. The upset Santala met secretly and decided to loot the Zamindars and the moneylenders. What are the measures can be taken to eradicate corruption? Political will and public support is inevitable for tackling corruption. In other words, ethical political leadership, good officers, and politically aware and educated public can weed out corruption. Institutions like Lokpal and Lokayukta can bring down corruption drastically. Education institutions can take a lead in this direction by installing CCTV cameras in government offices, and increasing efficiency of government work can also bring down the intensity of the corruption. Measures like awarding harsh punishment for corrupt officials can also bring in some change. Increasing the number of courts and judges can also rein in corruption. Name the different types of agriculture practiced in India. Subsistence farming, intensive farming, commercial farming, mixed farming, plantation farming, dry farming, humid farming, irrigation farming. Sixth main, question number 38, draw an outline map of India and mark the following in it. Malabar Coast, River Narmada, Tungabhadra Project, Delhi. A. Malabar Coast. B. River Narmada. C. Tungabhadra Project. D. Delhi.